I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
I need to head out like immediately after filming this video, so I'm trying my best to like not sweat because it's genuinely so freaking hot. I have my window open. If you can hear birds chirping, I sincerely apologize. The birds were not aware that I was filming. But anyways, if you're new here, my name is Mila. I make everything from, what do? I do post-grad, bookish, and what else do I do? And lifestyle content. Oh my god, my brain completely bugged for a second. And we're also delving back into reality TV. So, as you know, a while back, I brought out videos on Vanderpump Rules. We did seasons 1, 2, 3, seasons 4, 5. I think the week after this video comes out, possibly, we're gonna have season 6 and 7. And I'm currently working on season 8. I'm almost done. So don't worry, we're getting back into Vanderpump. And I wanna like basically finish Vanderpump before we delve into Love Island. But that's like obviously later on in the summer. But yeah, so get excited for that. And if you wanna, become a part of this like little community, little family, and be notified every time that I post, definitely do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below and join this little fam. And I guess let's just like hop right into it because I genuinely do not have like that much time. We're gonna go through all the books that I've read recently. So I have not really filmed a wrap up in a while. So I figured, you know what, like let me just like do a separate video where it's like all the books that I've read instead of like normally, because what I do is I do my wrap up at the same time as my TBR, and I figure that's like the best thing to do. I just like do a 2-in-1. But since I do have like a decent amount of books, I figured, you know what, let's just make it its own video. So it's like more videos for you guys. It's more fun. I can like actually take the time to like talk about these. So where do we want to start? These are not gonna be in order, but like whatever, it's fine. The first 2 books I want to talk about are 2 books in the Throne of Glass series. So we have The Assassin's Blade as well as Heir of Fire. First, Assassin's Blade. I am gonna rate this 3.5 to 4 stars. I'm not exactly sure 100% yet, maybe 3.75. This basically has 4 little, or I think 5 little stories that happened before book 1. So we do see a few characters and a few, I guess, like settings, environments that do come back in book 3. So I do really recommend to read this before reading book 3 because they talk about certain things and I'm like, oh my god, we kind of like know the lore. Like, yeah, obviously they do explain the lore, but having seen it in this book first, I really enjoyed it. We also in this book see how Sam was killed, and it's so heartbreaking because you see Selena like finally open up to her feelings on Sam and this like possibility that there can be something with him. And when they're so close to having it, he's like ripped out of her arms. I hate it, but this was like really interesting. Again, it didn't like really further the series. I was on such a high from Crown of Midnight. I mean, I'm not sure I'm gonna rate it now, but I'm rating it under 4 stars. Then we have Heir of Fire. Heir of Fire, I was so nervous going in because how book 2 ends, we kind of have like a separation between the characters. So I was like, okay, are we only gonna be confined to this certain place and not to the other characters? But oh, I was pleasantly, I guess, surprised. We also see a set of new characters. There's this one character, Manon, who comes up here. I have no idea what role she's gonna play. There was this little instance where I was like, is this possible foreshadowing for something that's going to happen in the future? If you want to know what it is, definitely stay tuned because I am bringing out a reading vlog for Throne of Glass where obviously I'm going to talk about it more. But there's this small thing that I'm like, I don't know if this is like foreshadowing on her character, something that she might do in the future, because she just came out of nowhere. She didn't interact with any of the characters that we know. So I'm like, what is going on over here? We also end up meeting Selena's cousin. Obviously we have Dorian and Kale and all this scheming going on in the palace. And guys, I kid you not, how this book ended, the maybe last like 50 pages, I was in shock. Like, I had no words. Basically, all hell broke loose. And I genuinely have no idea what's gonna happen next. It was just like thing after thing after revelation after revelation. This is a 4-star. It didn't shock me as much as Crown of Midnight, which I rated 5 stars. This one, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because it took me longer to read it because I was like doing other things. We didn't really have time to to read, but I feel like not that I was bored and not that it dragged, I just think that it was me who I didn't like read it, I guess like optimally, that I rated it low. But those last few, actually no, I'm rating it 4.5. What am I saying? Those last few little chapters brought it up to a 4.5 because oh my god, wow, I'm still thinking about it because I'm like, what the actual hell just happened? We actually have, oh my god, we're going from like such a high to such a low. I have never DNF'd a book. If you don't know what that means, it's basically like did not finish. I have never not finished a book, but this one I genuinely could not continue reading. I was like, I hate it so much. The premise was so cool and I was so excited because no one ever talked about it, and I just like saw it in my bookstore and I'm like, oh my god, wow, this seems great. The premise is great, the first few chapters was great, but it pissed me off. It pissed me off because these characters have known each other for like 2 days. Why are we absolutely obsessed and in love with each other? I'm like, respectfully, like, you guys are adults, like, grow up. I don't know if that's like harsh, but we have The Real Deal by Lauren Blakely. So basically what happens, I don't even want to tell you what happens in this book because I'm like, do not read it. But what kind of like sucks me into it was that it was a like boyfriend for hire thing. So I was like, fake dating. I love that. But oh my god, you guys have known each other for 2 days. Like, calm down. There's no need to be, let's just say, so animalistic towards the other person. I did not finish this book. It has never been that bad that I have not finished the book. Like, normally I just like flip through, but I really just like told myself, you know, if I'm not enjoying a book, I'm gonna put it down. My camera died. But anyways, yeah, I said like I'm not gonna continue reading a book that I have like no interest in just because I want to finish it when like I can move on and read like much better things. Do I look pale? But yeah, I did not like that book at all. I like can't decide if I want to put my hair behind my shirt and in front of my shirt. It feels so weird behind because I like do not have a necklace and my neck feels like naked, but also it's like it's easier for me to breathe because it's like genuinely so hot. But anyways, I read a book that I've been waiting to read for so long and I loved this book so much. My only qualm is that when we find out how the guy first found out about the girl and kind of got her attention, I'm like, I love it, but if this was real life, this is creepy. And that kind of like lessened my rating of this book. Like, it's still 4.5, it's great, but I would have put it as a 5 if it wasn't for that thing. Because guys, Marriage for One, so good. I love LMAs. I loved everything about this book. It was genuinely a 5-star until Jack revealed what he revealed, and I'm like, that is so creepy. I cannot get behind it. Absolutely not. I don't know if it's just because my brain is like fully developed now, but I was like, I cannot do this. Like, this is like restraining order behavior. This is like criminal behavior. Absolutely not. It's creepy. But it's Jack and Rose, so we love this book. Oh my god. It starts off, you're like thrown into them getting married. You have no idea what's going on, and they're so cold to each other, but then you learn what's going on and how Jack tries to save her. Yes, it was a little creepy how they met and stuff like that, and with her ex, but like, we can put away the red flags. You can put away the red flags. They're like beige or like they're tinted pink, you know, like put on your rose colored glasses because we're gonna push away these red flags. But yeah, it's so cute on how they slowly started warming up to each other. I genuinely loved it so much. Slow burn, perfect. Oh my god, it's just everything about this book is absolute perfection besides that little thing, but I genuinely loved it so much that I was like, even though that thing like does really bother me, this is a 4.5 stars because so good. And automatically, like, I want to read every single LMA's book. Like, next time I go to the bookstore, I'm gonna pick up her books because, like, again, I don't know if it's her writing style or the premise of the story or these characters, I just loved it so much, and I know I'm gonna love like absolutely everything else that she wrote. This next one is a little bit disappointing. So not that it was bad, I just had so high of expectations on it because one of my friends told me that she heard like such good things about it. Like, she never read it, but I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna pick it up. I bought it when I was in Paris. Obviously, we have the little Shakespeare & Co. sticker, which we love. And this is A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. How do I even describe this? So our main character, she's driving to go on a little like retreat and she gets stuck in this town during the rain. She almost like hits someone with her car, then she goes to the bar with him and she slowly starts discovering that this town is like actually the town from like one of her favorite books. And I like that. I liked that part. I liked how we were trying to discover like what was going on and how does she get here and stuff like that. I kind of had an idea of, I guess, like what the reveal would be, like the explanation for everything. But when I figured out what it was, and then we kind of had like her figuring out like the moral of the story and like telling us, and then like having Anders be a part of her final I guess like chapter, I was like, I don't know if I like that, because she gave off this energy that it's like, I'm like done thinking about like love stories, like I'm living for me and stuff like that and putting myself first, whatever. And I'm like, great, I actually really like that. And I generally thought that this book would end without like the two characters getting together, and part of me actually wanted that, not because I didn't like Anders, but because it was so interesting that, like, because this happened like maybe like the last page of the book, and if I didn't read the epilogue I wouldn't have known that they got together. But I was like so surprised, and I was like, you know what, I actually kind of like this. But then when Anders came back, I was like, I don't know if I like this anymore, because it led you to believe that this character was gonna like push this guy aside, be completely realistic, like live her own life, and then like you turn the page and like they're confessing their love for each other, which normally like I wouldn't mind. I like, that's what I wanted going into this. I wanted that like happy fluffy ending. But again, after that speech, after that realization, it's like, well, I feel like we were handed over the moral of the story and like the lesson to learn, and we completely threw it out in the trash just to have them be together. So I didn't enjoy it that much. I don't know if it's because I was like, I had it overhyped in my head because of my friend, and I kind of like expected things that didn't happen, make connections that weren't there. But I generally think that it would have been such an interesting ending, having her like not be with a guy. Yes, I can see how it would piss a lot of people off, but I generally think that for this character, for that lesson, that's what should have happened. But anyway, I rated a novel love story 3 stars because it didn't do it for me. Like, I was kind of like, I wouldn't say bored, but I felt like the story was kind of like dragging along, so not really super invested, but I did still enjoy it. We have another romance book. This one took me by surprise, so I was so nervous going in, because from the cover I was like, you know, the premise looks good, but the cover actually terrifies me. It is That Kind of Guy by Stephanie Archer. I had no idea what to expect going into this. I loved it so much. I was so scared that it was gonna be like, I guess like very physical, instead of like slowly warming up to the other person. It would be like, oh, I hate you one night, and then like everything's changed. But no, like it's more, I wouldn't call it a slow burn, but like it took some time for them to warm up. It was so believable, and it was that like situation where it's like everyone can see it besides them. They're like denying their feelings. This surprised me. This was so good. It's small town, and there's 3 other books to the series because it's like a series of 4 brothers. It's great. But basically over here we have our main character. Is her name Avery? I don't know, but basically Avery, or whatever she's called them, I'll call her Avery just in case, but she wants to buy a cafe that she used to work at, but she doesn't have the money. And then our other guy, Emmett, he wants to be mayor of the town because there's a couple of problems. I'm not going to spoil exactly what it is, but there's a couple of problems and he wants to fix them, so he wants to be mayor. But he knows that, okay, like I'm single, I do have this reputation around the town, so I am probably not going to look as well compared to the old mayor, who's more of like a family man, even though he's like a bad mayor, because he has that like stability to like prove that, you know, he's not just going to be like reckless and whatever because he has a family and a wife. So they decide to fake date, and it becomes super outlandish. There's like a proposal, they get married, like they actually get married, and at first they're like, oh my god, this is like crazy, like we should put a stop to this, but they are into each other slowly, and it was genuinely so good. I was so surprised. 4 stars. I definitely recommend. And once again, it's a series, so you can definitely read for the other brothers. Let's go to this one next because I want to keep the best for last. We have X's and O's by Amy Lee. I love this book so, oh my god, I just knocked over my phone. X's and O's by Amy Lee. So over here we have our main character, who, this is kind of like To All the Boys I Loved Before, but like for adults, you know. We have this main character who, she's talking with her grandmother, and her grandmother is like, you know what, like go revisit your exes, because I did, and I think the guy who our grandmother either dating or is married to, I'm not sure, he was her like childhood love or something like that, and she gave him another chance, and now they're happy and whatever. Not her grandfather, but like the guy she married after her grandfather. So she takes her her grandmother's advice, and she goes through her exes, and it's an absolute mess. Like there's some that are good, there's some that are bad. It's so chaotic. But then she's also living with this guy called Trevor, who is her sister's fiance's ex-roommates, and she like moved into his place and her sister's brother's fiance's bedroom, while her sister's brother's fiance moved in with her sister. So they kind of like swap apartments, and he helps her throughout this, and they slowly start falling for each other. It is so good. It is genuinely so good. It's so believable. It's so realistic. Like, yes, there's that like a miscommunication trope, but it's handled in a very realistic way that it did not piss me off. I had so much fun. 4.25 stars. So good. Genuinely so good. And there's 2 other books in this like little romance series. There's one that comes before, which is her sister and the guy who is like leaving Trevor's apartment, and then the book right after is like one of their friends. So I have the book that comes after. I have book 3. I do not have have book 1, but I definitely want to read both because oh my god, so good. And then finally, the last book I want to talk about, this was 5 stars. This I ordered because I did want to watch the movie and I was like, okay, like you have to read the book first. Project Hail Mary. I had no idea what to expect going into this. I love this so much. Like the movie also, it was absolutely great. The book, I do want to say that it's very science heavy in the sense that it explains the science, and I love that because it's like things that I already knew, or it was like things that I understood, so it didn't seem like super dense, super crazy or whatever to me. But I do understand how it can be a little heavier for some people, so I am careful to recommend it because although the story was amazing, I'm like, maybe the movie is better if you feel like books can drag or stuff like that, especially if you're not like super into sci-fi. I definitely recommend the movie, but if you watch the movie and you loved it, definitely read the book because the book is so much better. Like, it's very similar, but obviously the book handled it so much better. This was amazing, absolutely amazing. Actually, not amazing, amaze. So over here we have our main character. Oh my god, let me remember, because the book and the movie, it's very different. I mean, not very different, but it's kind of like handled a little bit differently. He wrote a paper, I think for his PhD thesis or something like that, explaining that life does not need water to live. And he's the only one who said that. All other scientists obviously are like, absolutely not, like life needs water to live. So when the scientists find this sun-eating thing, I'm not sure what the biological term is, the astrophage, they go to him because they're like, okay, this lives like so close to the sun, it's impossible that it has water. But then he discovers that it has water. He does a bunch of experiments on it. So I think I could be very wrong, but I think in the movie they kind of like pushed him aside and he had to fight. In the book, they kept him as a specialist because he was performing like all these experiments on them before he had realized that they have water inside. So he was like the most knowledgeable person about it, and he was able to like breed them first or do something with them first, make this discovery. So they wanted to keep him. So that thing was different between the book and the movie, I want to say, because I did watch the movie like a while back and I read the book even like a whiler back. But yeah, so he ends up being this like expert on this astrophage. Things happen and he ends up waking up on the spaceship. He's the only one alive, which is not a spoiler because that's literally how the book and the movie starts. Only person alive, and he has to save the earth. And he meets, this I did not know going into the book, but I feel like everyone knows this because of the movie. He does meet this alien, Rocky. Rocky is everything. I love Rocky so much. And the book made me tear up. And guys, like when I went to watch the movie with my friends, I teared up. I teared up like 3 times. I'm not gonna tell you when, but it's like, if you know, like you can figure out when I teared up. Since we're talking about humanity, like I did have this conversation with one of my friends about the science of it. And if you're like really into sci-fi and things like that, it uses real world sci-fi. And he brought up this like theory that I didn't really think about when I was explaining the science to someone else, but what he said is that this book is based off of our current science, our current knowledge. The understanding is that all other civilizations evolve the same way that we do, with a space understanding. Like, yes, we understand maybe radiation and other people don't. We are going based off the same theory of evolution that bring us to this not conscious but like rational, I guess, species that figures things out and has that desire to move and has the capability to escape the planet. I'm probably not explaining it as well as he explained it, but it goes based off of like our real life science, not some like woo-woo imaginary science. So if you're used to sci-fi where they do kind of like not fully make things up but like rely loosely on what we already know and like invent a lot, then that's not this. So you just have to accept that that is the theory of extraterrestrials, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, if you like believe that science, push some things aside, you're gonna love this book. I genuinely recommend it so much. It is so good. Again, if you're not into like super sciencey sci-fi, go watch the movie. Best thing ever. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this little video where we talk about the 8 books that I've read in the past, I think 2 months. Like, I know my uploads have been kind of like sparse. I was gonna say scarce. I was going through a lot. I mean, obviously like February and March I was like skiing as much as I could, so I didn't really like upload that much. But now in like April, I'm like kind of like piecing my life back together, being like, okay, I'm not doing this with this group of friends like constantly, like let's fix life because we're not skiing like 4 times a week anymore. So we're like pre-filming videos, we're like doing things, we're also reading more, which I love. Like I advanced so much. I mean, obviously you see I read like 4 books into the Throne of Glass series. I am currently reading ACOTAR because my friend told me that the last book of, I think she said, the Kingdom of Ash, which is the last book of Throne of Glass, spoils the last book of ACOTAR. So I'm like, well, damn, like I need to read and the entirety of ACOTAR now to be able to like continue reading Throne of Glass to not spoil it. Like she said, it's not a major spoiler, but if you're someone who really pays attention, which I know you do, like you try to find foreshadowing and things like that, like you tap, you're so locked in, you're probably gonna spoil it for yourself and you're gonna be like so annoyed. So I'm trusting my friend on this and believing that I need to read ACOTAR to read, well, before finishing Thunder Glass. If not, I'm gonna be like mad at myself. But anyways, all that to say that we are filming more, we are reading more, we're just doing more of everything. Like life, you know, it's May, it's spring, like life is like sprung back into me, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but like you know what I mean. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below and to leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoy it. And let me know if you prefer when I make a separate video for my TBRs and my wrap-ups, even if it's like, because you know, if it's like 3 books, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna sit down and talk for like 6 minutes about like 3 books and like that's it. But let me know if it's like maybe over 5 books, like if you would rather have a separate video for the wrap-up and then a separate video for the TBR if you like when I merge them together. I'm open to suggestions, so just let me know down below. And if you want to go, you know, follow me elsewhere, my TikTok, Instagram, and my Goodreads are all linked down below, so definitely do not hesitate to go check me out. I need to go because I have a hockey game to get to. We are in the, like, this is my little like hockey spiel. If you don't like hockey, like totally fair, you don't have to listen, but this is the year that I truly think that my team can win, and one of our old players also predicted that Montreal would win, so super hopeful. I'm gonna show you my jersey. She's like lying on my bed ready to go. What do we think? She's gorgeous. This was like one of the best players when I grew up, and there's like, oh my god, there's like so much like playoff lore with this guy, which I obviously cannot get into, but I'm so excited. Like I need to leave right now because I'm meeting a friend a little bit before the game is like an hour and a half. I need to drive, need to run some errands, so that's gonna be all for me today. Stay safe, protect your vibe, hopefully the Habs win tonight, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.